In a peaceful town surrounded by green hills and flower fields, there lived a 24-year-old girl named Elina. She was kind, soft-spoken, and thoughtful. Everyone in the town described her as the perfect girl. She spoke politely. She dressed simply. She never argued. She never disappointed anyone. At least, that's what people believed. But inside, Elina felt empty. Since childhood, she had loved music more than anything in the world. She loved singing. Not for fame. Not for money. Singing made her feel alive. Whenever she sang alone in her room, it felt like her heart could finally breathe. But her family didn't see music as something important. Her father often said, "Music is only a hobby. Real life is different." Her relatives told her, a good girl should focus on stability, not dreams. Even her friends laughed sometimes. "You're too shy to become a singer anyway." So Elina slowly buried her dream deep inside herself. After college, she started working at a clothing store in town. Every day looked the same. Wake up. Work. Smile politely. Return home tired. Sleep. Repeat. People praised her constantly. What a responsible girl. So mature. Such a good daughter. But every compliment felt strangely painful because deep down she knew something important was missing. One rainy evening after work, Elina was walking home carrying groceries when she heard soft piano music coming from an old building near the town square. Curious, she stepped closer. Inside sat an elderly woman playing a dusty piano beneath warm yellow lights. The room was nearly empty except for a few chairs and shelves filled with books. The woman noticed Elina standing at the door and smiled warmly. "You can come in, child. The rain is heavy outside." Elina entered shyly. The old woman introduced herself as Celeste. She owned the small music hall many years ago before it was forgotten by the town. As rain tapped gently against the windows, Elina listened quietly while Celeste played beautiful melodies on the piano. Something inside her heart began waking up again. After a long silence, Celeste asked softly, "What do you truly love?" The question surprised Elina. No one had asked her that in years. She hesitated before answering quietly, "I love singing." Celeste smiled. "Then why do you look so sad when you say it?" Elina lowered her eyes. "Because people don't take it seriously." Celeste leaned back slowly and asked, "And when did other people become the owners of your life?" Elina had no answer. The old woman stood up and walked toward a dusty birdcage hanging near the window. Inside it sat no bird. Celeste touched the cage gently. "Years ago," she said softly, "a man gave me this cage with a beautiful bird inside. The bird could sing better than any bird I had ever heard. But slowly, it stopped singing." "Why?" Elina asked quietly. "Because it spent too much time listening to the voices outside the cage." Elina stared silently at the empty cage. Celeste continued, "The bird became afraid of singing the wrong note. Afraid of being disliked. Afraid of not being perfect. And one day, it forgot its own song." Those words pierced deeply into Elina's heart because she realized the story was about her. For years she had hidden herself to avoid criticism. She wore what others approved of. She behaved how others expected. She ignored her dreams so no one would judge her. And slowly, she had forgotten her own song. Before leaving, Celeste handed her a small notebook. "Come back tomorrow," she said. "And write one honest thing about yourself in this notebook every day. Not what others think about you. Only what your heart knows is true." The next evening, Elina returned. On the first page she wrote, "I miss singing." The second day, "I am tired of pretending." The third day, "I want to live honestly." Little by little, the notebook became a mirror to her soul. Weeks passed, and Elina began spending evenings at the old music hall. Sometimes she helped clean the dusty room. Sometimes she listened to Celeste play piano. And sometimes, when no one else was there, she sang quietly. At first her voice trembled. Years of fear had made her doubt herself. But Celeste always smiled gently and said, "A heart heals slowly. Give your voice time to return home." One afternoon, the town announced a spring festival. There would be food, music, and performances in the main square. Celeste looked at Elina and said calmly, "You should sing there." Elina's face turned pale immediately. "No. I can't." "Why?" "People will laugh." Celeste smiled softly. "And if they do?" Elina fell silent. The old woman walked to the window and pointed toward the sky. Birds flew freely above the town. "Look at them," she said. "Do birds stop singing because someone dislikes the sound?" Elina shook her head slowly. "Then why should you?" For days, fear consumed her. Her mind imagined everything going wrong. People whispering. People mocking her. People judging her. But deep inside, another voice whispered softly. "If you stay silent forever, you will lose yourself completely." The night before the festival, Elina barely slept. The next evening, the town square filled with people. Music played. Children laughed. Lanterns glowed in the cool evening air. Backstage, Elina's hands shook with fear. "What if I embarrass myself?" she whispered. Celeste held her hand gently and said, "Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing yourself even while afraid." Then Elina stepped onto the stage. The crowd looked at her curiously. Some recognized her from the clothing store. Others whispered in surprise. "Elina is performing? She's always so quiet." For one terrifying moment, she wanted to run away. But then she remembered the bird in the cage. And she remembered something even more important. Her life belonged to her. Not to the crowd. Not to the whispers. Not to the opinions of strangers. She closed her eyes, and began to sing. Her voice started softly, trembling like a small flame in the wind. But as the song continued, something changed. All the fear. All the pretending. All the years of silence. They melted away. Her voice grew stronger, warmer, freer. And suddenly the entire square became silent. People stopped talking. Stopped moving. Stopped judging. They simply listened. Some people had tears in their eyes. Because Elina was not just singing words. She was singing truth. When the song ended, silence hung in the air for one long moment before the crowd erupted into applause. But the most important thing was not the applause. For the first time in many years, Elina felt free. Truly free. Later that night, she walked with Celeste beneath the stars. Elina smiled softly and asked, "What if some people still judge me?" Celeste laughed gently. "They will." Elina looked surprised. The old woman continued, "People judge flowers for blooming too early and leaves for falling too late. Let them talk. Their opinions are not your identity." Months passed. Elina continued singing. Not to become famous. Not to prove anything. But because it made her soul feel alive. And something beautiful happened. The more honestly she lived, the less power other people's opinions had over her. She stopped apologizing for who she was. Stopped shrinking herself to fit inside others' expectations. Stopped asking permission to exist fully. And slowly, she became happier than she had ever been before. Friends, this story carries an important truth. Many people spend their entire lives trapped inside invisible cages built from fear and approval. They stay silent to avoid criticism. Hide their dreams to avoid judgment. Pretend to be someone else just to feel accepted. But the cost of constantly pleasing others is losing yourself. People will always have opinions. Some will support you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will criticize you no matter what you do. But none of those voices should become louder than your own heart. Elina discovered that freedom begins the moment you stop asking the world for permission to be yourself. Maybe there is something inside you that you've been hiding too. A dream. A passion. A truth. A voice. Maybe fear of judgment has kept you small for too long. If so, remember this. The people who truly matter will not love you less for being yourself. And the people who judge you were never living your life anyway. You were not born to spend your whole life trying to fit inside everyone else's expectations. You were born to live honestly. To express yourself freely. To become fully yourself. So stop shrinking your soul just to make others comfortable. Like the birds in the sky, your spirit was meant to sing freely, not hide silently inside a cage. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs the courage to stop caring so much about what others think. Leave a comment and tell us one thing you would do if fear of judgment disappeared from your life. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more meaningful stories that help you live with courage, peace, and self-love. Until next time, stay true to your heart, and never let the noise of the world silence your song.